Hello everybody, welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. Just to let you know, the giveaway for the whale account, gems, summoners glory codes is still going till Friday when we're gonna select the winners. So the winners will be selected through a randomizer. It will pick the comments, so that's how the winners they're gonna be selected. I will be announcing it on Saturday's video. I will be posting it on Friday evening on the YouTube community page and in Discord, and probably announce it on stream as well if I will have time to go live on Friday. Today's video is gonna be a guide on Aox the Rememberer. He's an epic support force champion from the Lizardman faction. I think he's a great addition to the Lizardman faction to gain a bit of healing from a different support champion, because there are not many healers in that faction. We're gonna check his skills, gear, masteries. We're gonna try him in a nice clan boss team. In some of the dungeons, he doesn't really have a place in many dungeons, to be honest, unless you don't have some other better epic champions. We're gonna talk about that as well. So let's start quick with the skills first. We have his A1 feathered staff, attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. So it's kind of similar with Steel Skull, the percentage that you have here. I think Steel Skull has it slightly higher. You can get a 5% extra from the Masteries. So it's not an insane amount of poisons that drop from here. Double hit on the A1 makes him fairly decent for the Fire Knight. Then with the A3, I think he's gonna come and play a bit better. So we need 5 books in the A1, then we have his A2, 5 more books, so that's 10 books in total already. On 3-turn cooldown, fully booked, attacks one enemy, heals all ally by 10% of their max HP, heals each ally by an extra 2.5% for each debuff on the target. Now, honestly, in my opinion, this heal is not strong enough for clan boss on its own. You do require some other sort of heal to make sure you keep your team alive. But if you're early on, mid-game, you're still doing a normal, brutal, I think he can be pretty good in there just as the only support when you're talking about heals. Then we have his A3, 5 more books here, unfortunately, so that brings him up to 15 books. A lot of epic books. Seems like every single champion that got recently released requires a ton of books. So that's on a 3-turn cooldown as well. Places a 50% decrease attack debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Also has a 100% chance fully booked of decreasing each enemy's turn meter by 20. So that's pretty good on wave control, pretty good on some of the bosses as well. Places a 30% decrease crit rate debuff on the target for 2 turns if they have 50% or more turn meter after the turn meter decreases. So that's very strong for bosses, for example. Now, I'm not sure saying the target, I would assume, is on every single target if they have the 50% or more HP, not just one target, because the skill does attack all enemies. But it's good for the faction war boss, especially on the stage 21, to decrease a bit the crit rate. Will actually help maybe to keep your other teammates alive there. That boss hits pretty hard as well, so if you are struggling with that faction, with that specific boss, it might come in hand for you. Then we have the passive. Steward of Time increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attacked. Occurs once per hit. So, pretty good in the clan boss for it. Not so important on dungeon bosses, to be honest, because you don't really want to get hit a lot of times by the bosses. But it can be good for the dragon, you know. You cannot decrease the speed on the dragon, you cannot decrease the turn meter, so this is a good passive for the dragon. Then we have the aura right here, increases ally accuracy in Doom Tower battles by 60. So if you're struggling with accuracy on the Doom Tower, you might want to consider using an accuracy aura. Is a fairly decent aura, 60, to be honest, but you might be struggling with the accuracy only in the hard mode in the Doom Tower. So probably if you are able to beat hard mode, or you're near that, you might have better champions in your roster than this one for specifically for the Doom Tower, right? So base stats, we have 17k HP, 991 attack, 1178 defense, 99 speed, so he's not a slow frog at all, 15 crit rate, 50 crit damage, just the basics, 30 resistance and 15 accuracy. Those are his main stats. Now, total stats on him, we have 36k HP, 2k attack, 5.2k defense, 177 speed, 69 crit rate, 141 crit damage, 154 resistance, 233 accuracy. So the team we're gonna try today, guys, is literally the most classic team in the game. Simple counter attack team. We're gonna try it on Nightmare. From what I've seen, the champion itself doesn't hit very hard, so I wouldn't necessarily focus full crit rate on him. I would rather get more defense, more survivability, the right accuracy, and all the good stuff that you need. Is not a strong heal from his A2 because he heals of 10% of every ally rather than his own HP. So it's not a necessity to give him tons of HP, for example. So we have the weapon right here, we have the helmet, we have the shield, gauntlet, chest piece, and boots. We have the ring, we have the amulet and accuracy banner. So I do have him on a stalwart set. How I said is mainly a clan boss build what we have here at the moment. We have a broken set on him. If you're planning to use him in dungeons, to use him in faction wars, you might consider in actually give him more speed than we have on him at the moment. Masteries, we have a typical offense and support tree. We have a deadly precision, we have keen strike, we have a heart of glory, life drinker, single out, wrath of the slain, bring it down. We have a methodical, and as tier 6 we have a war master, pinpoint accuracy, charge focus, swarms meter, evil eye. Very important to get on him sniper if you want him to land more poisons, and then master hexer to extend the attack down, to extend all the debuffs he places, including the poisons. Now if you're going with the support masteries for healing, this is not additive to his own abilities of healing. It's just multiplicative, so it's not gonna make a huge difference in healing. So I would honestly not really suggest you to pick that path there. So that's the build that we have on him. We're gonna jump first in the clan boss, and then we're gonna try him in the dungeons. That's the clan boss team we're gonna use. How I said, is a very classic clan boss team, probably the most classic clan boss team. Single counter attack. We just have a couple of buffs, some debuffs. Nothing crazy about the team. We're not making a show of power here. It's literally a test for the frogman. So we have Elton. He's gonna be the lead for increased defense, defense up, and attack down. Even though the frogman is more than capable to keep attack down on the clan boss, he does have a full 100% chance of decreasing the attack, which is great. We have Battle Khazar as cleans, some more heals and poison as well. Skull Crusher for counter attack, ally protection, and we have resin for weaken and defense down, and to deal a bit of damage as well. So let's take the team in for a spin here, guys. We've already seen the total stats on the champion, masteries. So we start here with the battles A1, weaken, defense down. With him, honestly, we can start with whatever. We're gonna use the A3 first. We're gonna use the counter attack, then defense up, and from here on we can click auto. That's how simple this team works. So we're gonna pay a bit of attention of the damage he does and all the good stuff here. So this is Nightmare clan boss, guys. Honestly, you see a lot of legendaries in this team. This team, it might be probably capable of 3 King Ultra Nightmare in the format that they are right now. They won't be doing more than that, unfortunately. I know they look like 3 legendaries and all the good stuff, but unfortunately it's just not enough to wreck Ultra Nightmare. If you do want to do solid damage, you need better synergy in your team, you need a different sort of gear as well. So probably you guys noticed this is not my account, it's actually Kamikaze's account. I pulled this champion for him probably like 2.5 weeks ago, or maybe even 3 weeks before Christmas, that was for sure. And I only got to do the guide now. He 6-starred him for me like ages ago, so just big shout out to Kamikaze for sorting us out here with the possibility of doing the guide on this champion, so all of you guys can see what he's capable of, if it's worth it for you to invest in him, and all the good stuff. So the team is honestly following simple, basic principles here, nothing too crazy. The reason I made Elton slower than Skull Crusher is because Skull Crusher on the second AoE will be totally uncovered without defense up or ally protection, and I didn't want him to die too early, so that's why I made Elton a bit slower than Skull Crusher. If I would make him faster, Skull Crusher can die pretty early because he has 0 buffs on the second AoE, and That's when the boss deals the biggest amount of damage. And he does have ally protection on the rest of the team. So like that, the damage reduction kind of tears him down, to say like this. So we've put Elton a bit slower. He loses ally protection, but then Skull Crusher keeps defense up. And Elton is kind of in no danger of getting destroyed on the second AoE. So we're doing a bit more than 1 million damage per turn, which is decent. It's nothing too crazy. So let's have a quick look at the damage he does. How I said, I haven't seen a damage potential in his A1, so that's why I haven't focused on him a damage build. He's not built for damage AOC, so we kind of focused the survivability sort of build on him. 13k with his A1, so even if I'll give him 250 crit damage, he won't be game changing. He won't be hitting nothing near Elton or the rest of the champions. So honestly, Battle Khazar and him, they're pretty much on the same sort of level with the hits. I think Steel Skull does hit harder than he does. So 17k, 18k, let's just say those hits will be going to like 30k with the damage build, which is not gonna be a huge difference, honestly. So here we are, turn 16. The heals itself is not that great, honestly. It's just 10% of the allies HP. Then you see how many buffs you have on the clan boss, and 2.5% actually for each one of them. So the heal goes a bit higher, but it's just not gonna be enough to sustain the team, I think. That's my own opinion. We're gonna see at the end for how much he actually healed and stuff, so that's pretty good to be able to compare it a bit. We do have Battle Khazar in here. We can't really compare them. They're like a huge difference. But if you're early on, you just pull him. You don't have a crazy roster. You don't have a lot of good champions. He's not a bad champion to 6-star using clan boss and the dragon and stuff. The only problem with him is that he requires 15 books. I do think there are quite a lot of books required for it. So I'm not a big fan of that, honestly. Do let me know how many of you guys already built him. I think he's going to be pretty good for the secret room, especially in the Doom Tower. I definitely see him viable for that part with attack down AoE, decrease a bit the turn meter. I did found it kind of a bit of a struggle because I haven't 6-star a full team. And it took me a few tries to actually beat, especially the third wave. So I think he will be a great addition to my team if I'll ever pull him. I think I will be 6-starring him just for that. But rather than that, it's not going to be like more tasty than that for my own account. I have no use for him in the dragon personally. In Faction Wars either, honestly, I'm clearing that boss in like 60 seconds, 70 seconds, so it's not going to be a help for me. But attack down will be a help for most of you guys there as well. And decrease turn meter on the Faction War boss is going to be great. Unfortunately, we don't have the Faction Crypt open to take him in for a spin. But on the AoEs, so every AoE he gets hit, then he extends the debuffs. Would be nice to focus the stun on him actually, so like that he gets hit on the stun as well. We haven't went in too crazy with the team, how I said. That would actually extend the debuffs a bit more on him, so two random debuffs. Are not a game-changing situation. It's not like you're using a Vizier or a Bulwark or a Septimus. It's kind of like Narma. They're pretty much on the same level with extend debuffs, because she's not doing much either, Narma the Returned, you know. So turn 31, we are almost on 33 million damage. I have a feeling soon we'll be losing a champion in here. We don't have a huge amount of buffs on our team, so he's just left with defense up. Both of them. Elton seems like he got a pretty strong hit there. He might be going down pretty early, unfortunately. We got some heals there, so 9k heal with 5 debuffs, right? So it's decent, but not enough to keep your team alive, especially on Ultra Nightmare. I think you'll be getting wrecked there just to have him as a support. But for Brutal, Nightmare, I think he can do a fairly good job, honestly. Like, brutal 100%, he can be more than enough. To one kit, you don't need that much damage. But then, it's all about the gear you have and how advanced you are in the actual game. If you're a newbie player. I know a lot of you guys are eager, because I'm seeing everyday questions like, can you help me with the Ultra Nightmare team? And then I literally see like 3 champions at 60, green gear, gray gear, and all of you guys want to hit that Ultra Nightmare. I know you're all eager to do it, but honestly, you should not skip all the levels. You do have to farm a lot of gear, invest in a lot of champions before you actually reach that level. So I think a lot of you are too eager to jump on those high stages, honestly. So that's a 1 key Nightmare team right here. I would kind of be disappointed not to 1 key with this team. 10k heal, 9k heal, so he is healing fairly decent. So, seems like we will be getting soon to the end here. I don't think they'll be surviving much longer, especially Elton and Skull Crusher. But let's see. Will they make it past this second AoE hit here? Oh, and they made it. Beautiful. Let's see. Is he gonna heal now? Yeah, so 9,000, 11,000 on Battle Khazar because he has more HP. So we lost Elton here on the stun. That's fine. And here we're gonna lose Skull Crusher as well, and probably we're gonna lose the whole team actually. I'll be well surprised if anyone survives. But let's see. Oh, Skull Crusher survived as well with no defense up. Because it was a non-crit hit, he got lucky there. So turn 44, we are on 47 million damage. Not too bad. Not too bad, honestly. Okay, but now I definitely sense a game over for him here. Am I wrong? Damn, I am wrong. Impressive. Beautiful. 50 million. So, with a team like this, how I said, usually when you're making a solid damage on a Nightmare, when you're moving to Ultra Nightmare, you kind of cut that damage in half. And that's what you should kind of expect to do on Ultra Nightmare. So, he's the last survivor in here. So, we got down. I'm not sure what turn. I think we definitely passed turn 50 there because we had a block revive and stuff from Unkillable. But we got 49 million damage with this team, guys. So we have Elton with 9 million damage, Resin with 14.7, Battle Khazar with 8 million damage, Aox the Rememberer with 10 million damage, so he beat Battle Khazar and Elton on damage. Elton, he does have a damage build, he hits pretty hard, he doesn't break poisons, but he hits hard. So, saying that, I'm pretty impressed with the damage he did. Skull Crusher 6.5 million, then Aox healed for 519,000, Battle Khazar healed for 3 million. So, is a huge difference in the healing there. But, I'm not disappointed with the amount of poisons he plays, the debuffs he extended, so I think he did a pretty good job. So how I said, if you don't have anything crazier than that on your account, feel free to use him. He's not a bad champion at all. The only problem is the amount of books he requires. Let's take him in for a spin in the Dragon, see what he's capable to do there. This is the team that we're gonna use. I could replace Brachus, honestly, with a Core Heart or a Royal Guard, but I feel like they're gonna do more damage than Brachus will actually do, and we do need a bit of help to pass the waves. We need a bit of damage there. So let's see what he's gonna do here. Attack down, decrease turn meter, decrease crit rate is great. So from what I'm aware of, I never really looked into it, so I'm not 100% sure. All the waves, they start with basic crit rate, right? So they have a 15% crit rate. So by decreasing their crit rate with his skill, that means that they won't be able to crit you. So like that, they won't be able to one-shot any of your champions. So that's a good thing, right? Very important. Especially if you're having weak champions in your team or anything like that. I think he can be a great help. For the Dragon, the Fire Knight, I don't think he's gonna be a great tank for Spider. We might give it a go in there as well and see how he's gonna behave, but honestly I don't see him like a huge help on the Spider, even though he has decreased crit rate, decreased attack, a bit of a turn meter decrease there. I don't think he's gonna be a beast. And the build we have on him, of course, is not great for it either. He might be able to help you on stage 19, for example. Decrease a bit the turn meter. Is on a 3-turn cooldown, but better than nothing, right? So if you're struggling a bit there with the crit rate. Okay. We're getting those heals up. We do have two more support champions in here. Because I didn't really had many other options of what champions to use. Except the OP champions with him. That would have taken the dragon down too quick, you know. So no poisons landed from him here, unfortunately. We did got poisons from Steel Skull, not enough. We got 2 poisons from him right now. And we extended the duration of the previous poisons we got from Steel Skull when he got hit, which is great. We healed up. Gorgorab got a heal of 18k HP there, but that's because he might be on a very high HP. Maybe together with Steel Skull on the Spider, Ultimate Gallic, Tyrell and Gorgorab, they might be able to pull something off there. Can give it a go like that maybe. Okay, that decrease attack. Very important on bosses, decrease attack, guys. Especially if you have squishy champions. So, it took us 2 minutes and a bit to pass it. From there, we got 800k damage from Tyrell, 768k from him. We got a 303k heal from Aox. Steel Skull healed for a 488k. And Gorgorab didn't really manage to heal anything because of the other 2 support champions. But you've seen the A3 is what's so important on the waves in dungeons, honestly. His A1 doesn't have such a huge chance of proccing a poison, so it doesn't make him that great there. Let's give it a go on the Fire Knight. I will have to bring a Reviver in here just in case if the waves are getting out of control. We're not going to have enough thermometer manipulations to keep them down. We're not going to have enough damage to wreck them instant, so we're going to go in this format. We're going to use an Arbiter here, just in case if any of them will die. Like this, we'll be getting a bit of attack up as well. So decreased thermometer, we got that decreased crit rate on all of them. Attack down as well, which is great. Even though we have Stagnite for attack down, let's just imagine Stagnite would not land that attack down here, right? Couple of poisons. He's not bad for the boss either. His A1 only hits twice, so that's the only skill with multi-hits. But it's his A1, that's what makes it good. This is great for waves. I really like the skill for waves here. That crit rate and a bit of thermometer decrease is great. Okay. We almost lost Coldheart there. I had a feeling that we needed an Arbiter or somebody here to revive just in case. He's not able to support the team alone. So he won't be able to keep it alive only with the heal he has from his skill. How you guys saw, we only got a 6.9k heal on Coldheart there. If it would have been a heal from his own HP, it would have been a bit better then, because you can give him a lot of HP and he can actually sustain the team better. Coldhearts, they not gonna have like huge HP or anything like that, so will not be a plus here, you know. Okay, we landed some poisons. Now what we wanted, we kind of hoped for his A3 to come in play there. I was gonna say, don't do it now. Don't do it on the shield. You can do it now, but you're not gonna get enough thermometer, unfortunately. Okay. And unfortunately, he's gonna do it now. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I can now wait for Coldheart's AI fixes, guys. Wednesday, that's when the patch drops. That's what Plarium said. Coldheart, she won't be hitting the shield with the Heartseeker anymore. That's gonna be great. I can now wait for it. So we got that attack down that saved our ass here. If no, probably we would have been hammered. We got a bit of a heal from him. I want to get that A3 in play. And there we go, decreased a bit the turn meter, crit rate on the boss. I'm not really sure what's the crit rate on bosses, if it's just standard 15 or they have a bit more than that. I never looked into it. I should actually double check that just for a own record to say like this, so we know in the future. But if the boss doesn't crit, most probably will be staying alive. So we got 441k damage from him, not a big damage dealer how I said, 236k heals. So the heals themselves are not amazing either. That's why I said I don't really see a big place for him in dungeons unless you have no one else with attack down. But then that decreased turn meter makes it pretty sweet. Let's try them on the spider. We're gonna try this team with Ultimate Gallic, attack up. We can take Stagnite out for Tyrell here, so we have a bit of more turn meter control from him, hopefully. He does bring attack down, so we don't really have to worry about that. We won't have decreased speed on the other side, but let's see how is this team gonna work. Can he actually tank a bit? Even though I know he's not properly built as a tank here, he does have tons of defense, but he doesn't have resistance. It's gonna be quite a hard build for most of you guys to make with the right resistance, the right accuracy for it, so it might not be ideal, honestly. But it seems like none of the spiderlings are critting, which is good. He's still going down quick because he's getting strong hits and all that, but no crit hits. So Gorgor up revive, we got a defense up as well, so we might be able to pull it off with a team like this. But then we have a full team of epics in here. Two of the very strong support, two of the most strongest support champions, sorry. We have Gorgorab and Steel Skull there, they're pretty strong. The gear is not bad either, so we lost him again there. Okay, we're getting attacked on Steel Skull now. Okay, so we got him down to 50% HP. If Gorgorab revives in time, we might be able to clutch it. Okay, again on him. Okay, so with some struggles, seems like we should be able to do it. Yeah, I think one more. Ah, we had no more spiderlings with HP burn on them. No. Yes, we did it. We did it. So he's not a great tank, guys, but we managed to do it. Indeed, with the help of these nasty champions next to him. But yeah, I don't think he's a great support tank for Spider 20. He might be better for 19, honestly, to decrease the turn meter. But then I don't really have the champions to throw them for 19 in here. They're all magic, so they're gonna get clapped there. But that was all for this video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on Aox the Rememberer. How many of you guys are using him already? How many of you are gonna 6-star him for faction wars, dungeons, clan boss, doom tower, anything like that? Appreciate you all guys watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe for more content, turn on notifications to see when we upload next, and I'll see you all soon on another video. Till then, peace out.